Welcome to Papa Junk Shop. Well, messing around with some of these projects, I managed to ruin my power supply. It's probably, well, let's see. They probably built it in the 80s or 90s, so it's pretty old. And it just had one of the, what are they, LM340s or something? I don't know, three-leg variable voltage transistor thingy, and it just controlled, I think I had three 2N3055s in parallel. It was good for like 8 amps or something, but it was a little, I don't know, quirky sometimes. So and it finally died, and I could replace that three-leg part again, but I've done that 2 or 3 times over the last 30 years and thought it was time to upgrade. But I'm not so sure I'm upgrading. But my power supply in my rework station is only good for 2 amps. So, and it's really finicky. Works well, but boy, anything over 2 and she shuts right down. So I thought I'd try one of these little guys. It's supposed to be good for 5 amps. It's a Drok buck boost converter, and you can put up to what, 36 volts in it, and it's supposed to do 5 amps. And with a 2 amp light bulb at 12 volts on it, it would go into over temperature protection and shut down. So I don't know where they get their ratings from, but I sure am getting tired of these Chinese people saying something will do something and then it won't. You got to rebuild the thing. So I thought, well, over temperature, it's got this cute little heat sink here and a fan. So I thought, well, apparently that's not adequate. Even though it didn't feel hot, it come set for 140 degrees. Now you can get in the menu and up it. And I upped it to, I think, 170. And it would run a little longer, but it would still go up to 170 and shut off. So I thought, well, I'm going to put a bigger heat sink on there. So I made this. It's just a little bigger. And it just fastened right on right there. And didn't make a bit of difference. So I thought, boy, this thing is strange. So I thought, I wonder how this thing comes apart. Oh, well, the first thing I did is there was no heat transfer material between the, I guess it's a MOSFET in there, and the heat sink. So I put some of that on there. Well, that didn't help either. So then I tried the heat sink, and then I thought, well, I was playing with it, and I had this fan off, and when this is together, it's like that. And I had that fan off, and I blew air down through there, and I could see the temperature coming back down. So I thought, that's weird. So that's when I decided to figure out how to get it apart. Well, it just unplugs. And there's one of the MOSFETs down here with no heat sink on it. I guess they use the board as a heat sink. I'm not sure. But if I blow air on that, it'll do 5 amps like it's supposed to. So what I come up with is, plug that back in there, And I cut a little slot right there, and I got one of these little, like a squirrel cage fan, and that's gonna go right on there like so. And that blows air in there. It'll do 5 amps, no problem. So I tore my old power supply apart, and I'm going to use the old school transformer instead of a switching supply. This is out of a battery charger, and I take the two, it was center tapped, but if I take the two outside ones, go to bridge rectifier, and then the capacitor just happened to wind up with 36 volts. So, and this was good for 6 amps, I think. So, and I said the max into this thing is 7. So that's the plan. Of course, this fan is 5 volt. This fan is 12 volt. And the fan I'm going to use on the case, which is around here somewhere, is a 12 volt. So I got another one of these little guys that I bought for something else and it didn't work out. So I'm just going to use that to drop the 36 volts down to 12 volts to run the fans. And I've got the case made, and I squirted some paint on it. It's drying. So that gets dry, we'll do some assembly, and then we can fire it up and I can show you. Actually, it's a pretty neat little guy. I got it together enough so that I can show you guys how this thing went on over temperature protection. Now I've got it set for, you can see down here, 12 volts and 5 amps, and I've got a little halogen car headlight on there, and I'll turn it on, and you can see it's running about 4.85 amps, 11.99. It's on constant voltage, and you can see this temperature going up. And I don't have the fan on, and we'll let it go. You can see how quickly that temperature is rising. And it's at 140 degrees is what it's set for. This is a pretty neat little unit, actually. A lot of different screens. Here's one where it graphs the current and the voltage. And these are things you can set. And I haven't figured out some of those yet, but we'll get you back to there. We're up to 128 degrees already. So when it approaches 140, you'll see it, the screen will show over temperature protection. And when it goes into over temperature protection, I'll hook the fan up. And you can see it take the temperature down. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I'm going to hook the fan up. I think when it drops 20 degrees, it will come back on. There, it come back on. And you can see the temperature is still dropping, even with it on. Guess I could show you what I figured out about some of this so far. Is if you push this button once, you can see it lights up the set 12 volts. And if you push it, oop, I waited too long. If you push it again, you can do individual digits. Like here, I can raise it. We'll make it 12.5. And then if I turn this, I can change the amps. We'll make it, and we'll make it 4. And a long press will put it back. And now you can see we're in current limiting at 4 amps. And the voltage is 8.7 because that's how much volts it takes to put 4 amps into that load. So if we change this screen, you can see ampere hours and watt hours. And I think this is how long the load's been on. And this is the voltage and current. The yellow is the voltage and the blue is the current. And here you can set, there's memory, there's presets. You can go here and set the voltage too. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. Yeah. Now I can go down here if I want to set the voltage there. If I want to set the current. Low voltage protection. Over voltage protection. Over current protection. I don't know what that one is. Over temperature is set for 140. And you can increase that if you want. Come over here and then you can set it for whatever you want. I think there's timers you can set in here too. Okay, we're back to. And then here, these things I haven't figured out yet, and the instructions that come with it aren't too great. So, and when you turn this on and off, it just turns the load on and off. You need to have a power switch to actually turn the unit off. So let's just a quickie on how much difference that fan makes. And it will actually do the 5 amps now if you can keep it cool. So I'm going to finish putting it together. Okay, before I put the cover on it, I think I finally come up with everything I wanted to do to it. Now to run the fans, these 2 fans are 12 volt and the one that's on the unit's a 5 volt, so I needed a 12 volt supply. And originally I was going to use this, but that's not a buck converter, I guess. I think it's a boost. So I just wound up putting one of these little, I think they're good for 1.5 amps, 3-leg voltage regulators in there. And this was a bracket I made for this, so I just mounted it on there for heatsink. So out of the old power supply, I used the fan, the transformer, the capacitor, the bridge rectifier, the cord, the feet, and these terminals. And I guess I added a fuse on the back, the other power supply didn't have a fuse on it. So that's pretty much it. I think it's going to work okay as long as this thing has any longevity to it. We'll see. We'll keep you updated. I'll put the case on it and show you the final supply. Okay, here's the top I made for it, just out of some old sheet metal, and I put ventilation holes on both sides because the fan needs to have a place to draw air in. And to do that, I used one of these things. I don't know if you guys ever used one of these or not. It's a little punch. Works pretty slick. You can punch some pretty nice neat holes pretty quickly in this sheet metal. So I'm gonna get the cover on. Okay, I've got it set for 12.5 volts and 5 amps. Got that light bulb back on there. It's been running for about at least 5 minutes, and it's holding pretty good temperature. I think putting the case on there with that other fan drawing air through made a difference too. So I think it's time to put it up in its spot on the bench here, and first thing I'm going to do is charge up some 18650s that I use to run my ignition on some of my model engines. I did that once before with my old power supply, and I went in for lunch while they were charging, and I come back out and one of them had exploded, and it's a wonder it didn't start a fire. So that's another reason why I wanted one that had a little better control. Okay, I got my little battery pack here. These are all in parallel. So I got my thing power supply set to 4.2 volts, half an amp, and we're at 3.94 volts, charging a half an amp. So we'll let her go until she charges up. Let's see what that graph looks like. Alright, so it'll be the first trial of it. So at this point I think I'm going to call this a video, and hopefully help somebody out that might want to build one of these or see how one of them works. So if you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Thanks for watching. See you next time.